Just about ready to start our program this morning. And then we'll move back behind the pagoda, and Al Unser will join me, and we'll do a little Q&A session back there. You're welcome to come back and enjoy that. Again, could I get the drivers to their positions in the stands, please? Interviews with various media organizations. We're going to have some real upset people I have a feeling when they try to run everybody in.
I wrote back and I said, it's okay, we'll just pull and start your engines until your engine's in position.
Again, drivers, if we could, please, to your will be on tomorrow, worldwide. I've really got this under control, haven't I? Al, Jerry Baker, I'm going to do the Q&A with you. I got some tough questions for you after we get back there, buddy.
Okay.
Okay.
I can handle it.
You can handle it? So to please take your seats. We're just about ready to begin our program this morning. Drivers slowly but surely getting into their positions. Lined up according to their qualification position. Leo is here. Tony Kanai. Yeah, we got most of them here. Scott Dixon, our pole sitter, has just arrived on the scene. Yeah, we're about to fill the field up. A couple of honored guests we are waiting to locate. Drivers have pretty much found their position, so we're just about ready to go.
Hospital right after that because he had elevated heart rate, but he's back home. He's doing okay.
Please give him that.
I will. In fact,
I just think of the world.
is this your stuff? So after all the drivers get their rings, you pretty much finish up the show. Very end. And comes down to James. We see Michael yet? No, so we're trying to get a hold of him.
She's like third on.
I know. Go ahead and tell people to sit down.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about set to go. If you please take your seat and relax a little bit on this beautiful day. We're going to begin the program. We have the drivers in position. Still waiting for a couple of folks that are on the program today. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us here this morning, and welcome to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the final drivers meeting before the 99th running of the Indianapolis 500, the greatest spectacle in racing. In addition to the drivers meeting today, we take the time to award individuals on their deserving accomplishments and celebrate one of the true legends to ever show up and run and win here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. My pleasure to introduce Mr. Al Unser.
Well, thank you very much. It's really a pleasure being in this status. I would rather be sitting up there. You know, it's not that I, miss it or anything, but I do. I wished I could. Who wants to trade me? I don't want the back row because I've been back there. But anyway, all of you, good luck today or tomorrow rather, and whatever you do, finish the race because you can't win it if you don't finish. And honestly, stay out of trouble. And I hope that we all are laughing at the end of the day and smiling. So good luck to all of you. Thank you.
Four times the winner here at the Speedway. In 2014, a year ago, we were thrilled to celebrate an Indianapolis 500 champion that is both a fan and driver favorite And at this time, we'd like to welcome Ken Keltner to present the Indianapolis 500 Champion of Champions ring to our winner, Mr. Ryan Hunter Ray. Firestone is the sponsor of the winning car owner's ring, which is finely crafted by our friends at Herc Jones. And here to present the ring and to announce the Firestone Legends of the Indianapolis 500 Award, Mr. Gordon Knapp, COO of Bridgestone Americas.
Thank you, Jerry. Good morning, everyone. What a beautiful day. I think Firestone and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway have a shared history that is written in speed, passion, daring, and glory. And it's a unique relationship that we feel few brands can match around the world. This partnership actually goes back a long way, actually all the way to the first Indianapolis 500 in 1911, when Ray Haroon drove his Firestone-equipped Marmon Wasp to victory. And on Sunday, we look forward to crowning our 66th winner on Firestone tires. This iconic speedway provides Firestone with the ultimate stage to showcase the innovation, the performance, and the technology of our tires. But for us, this may be the 99th running of the Indy, but this is an important weekend. This marks the 20th anniversary of our return to Indianapolis and to Indy racing, and we look forward to many years going forward. This morning, it's my distinct privilege to present the 2014 Indianapolis 500 race-winning owner's ring. Last year's race was one for the record books, with Ryan Hunter Ray and Elio Castroneves battling to the second closest finish in Indy 500 history. When the dust cleared, Hunter Ray had earned his first trip to victory lane here at the Speedway, but it was the third for team owner and racing legend in his own right, Michael Andretti. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Michael, it's my distinct privilege to invite his father, Mario, racing legend in his own right, to the podium as I present him with the 2014 Indy 500 owner's ring. Thank you.
I just want to say that too bad that Michael is not here to receive this because I'm going to keep it. Thank you.
As we celebrate this venue and race, I'd also like to present a second award, the second annual Firestone Legends of the Indy 500 Award. This award is meant to recognize those individuals who have contributed to and helped define the unique spirit and the legacy of the Indy 500. This year's award recipient is a true legend of the sport and one of only 3 drivers to have visited Victory Circle at the Indy here 4 times. Al Unser. As I think everyone knows, the Unser name is synonymous with winning and the Indianapolis 500, as 3 different Unsers have their likenesses etched on the Borg-Warner trophy. The Unser family has combined for a total of 9 Indy 500 victories, including the first set of brothers and the only father-son combination to win the greatest spectacle in racing. All 4 of Al's victories here at IMS were won for the ages. He led all but 10 laps in his first victory in 1970. In 1971, he became just the 4th driver to record back-to-back 500 victories. At one point, he led by almost 35 seconds during his 3rd Indy victory in 1978, and his final victory came in 1987 as a youthful 47-year-old backup driver in a backup car, making him the oldest driver to ever win the Indy 500. But it's Al's legendary knack for taking care of his car that has helped him win these victories. A final testament to Al's domination here at the Speedway, he still holds the record for the most laps led during the Indy 500. Al truly embodies the spirit of a legend at the Indianapolis 500-mile race, and it's my honor to present him with a $20,000 donation on behalf of Firestone to the Unser Children's Discovery Center, which includes the Unser Racing Museum and a whole host of other educational opportunities for children on the campus in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Al, it's a pleasure. Congratulations.
Thank you, Al. Thank you, Gordon, very much. Congratulations again to Al. We are always pleased today to have with us representatives from our good friends at Borg Warner. You see the beautiful Borg Warner trophy right here in front of me. Borg Warner has sponsored the most coveted prize at auto racing, one of the most prestigious awards in all of sport, the Borg Warner Trophy. It is my pleasure at this particular time to introduce Brady Erickson, the President and General Manager of Borg Warner Emissions Systems, as he makes the presentation to Ryan Hunter-Ray.
Good morning, race fans. It's become a great tradition here on Memorial Day weekend where race fans here in Indianapolis and around the world wonder who's going to win the Borg Warner Trophy. The Borg Warner Trophy dates back to 1936 and has a likeness of every winning driver since 1911. We're proud of that tradition and also proud of the fact that Borg Warner supplies every turbocharger that's been put back on the series here since 2012. We're looking forward to an exciting race tomorrow and to find out whose face will be added to the trophy. But today, we're here to recognize the winning driver, America's own Ryan Hunter-Ray, and team owner Michael Andretti. As mentioned, the closing laps of last year's race was something to cheer for, as Ryan and Elio traded the lead 4 times in the last 6 laps. And Ryan came through, took the checkers, and won by a whopping 0.06 of a second, with a clear victory in the second closest race in Indy 500 history. You can agree that those last laps capture what racing is really all about. Reliving those laps in my mind really gets my heart pumping. And the feelings are all topped off by you, the fans, with that roar of the crowd cheering on great racing and an American winner. I'm not saying anything against you, Elio. I'm sure tomorrow, if it's your day, we'll be cheering just as hard for you to become the 4th person in history to win the Indianapolis 500 4 times. For team owner Michael Andretti of Andretti Autosport, winning here last year marked his 3rd Indy 500 win as an owner, adding to the legacy of the Andretti name. He's also earned his 2 other trophies in 2005 and in 2007. Michael is one of the most successful IndyCar owners with 51 IndyCar Series wins. He's also one of the winningest drivers in history with 42 victories. He's also second only to his father Mario in total IndyCar laps led with 6,700. So now it's trophy time. The official Borg Warner Trophy has a permanent place here at the track and comes in weighing over 110 pounds, stands over 5 feet tall, and was recently appraised at over $3.5 million. Today, Borg Warner is here to award smaller, less expensive, personalized replica trophies that they can keep. So please join me in celebrating Ryan Hunter-Reay and Michael Andretti, who will be represented by his father, Mario Andretti, to receive their baby Borg trophies.
Thank you, Brady, Mario, Ryan. No, you don't get the big one, Mario. No, I'm sorry. I can't deal with you right now.
Hey, Ryan wants to speak. Ryan wants to say something more.
He wants the big one, too?
It's been a very productive morning for me. Thank you, Michael. I've been wanting one of these replica, the mini, or the baby Borg, because I only have a plaque to show for. So I'm keeping that. So thank you, Borg Warner, and thank you, Firestone, as well, for that ring.
These characters up front here urged me to come up and say something, but I just want to say it's been an absolute honor being champion of this great event over the past year. And this event and all of you have given me and my family, my team, some of the greatest memories we'll ever have. So I thank you for that, and ready for this weekend's 99th Indy 500. Thank you, guys.
I hate to argue with a legend like Mario, but Mario, they didn't have metal back when you won. It hadn't been invented yet. The American Dairy Association, a longtime sponsor at the Speedway, will present a plaque to commemorate Ryan's win last May. And this award reminds us of the legacy of the great Louis Meyer, who originated the Indy milk tradition. This was back a couple of years, back to 1933. And here again, to make the presentation to Ryan, is Deb Oza, the general manager of the American Dairy Association of Indiana. Hi, Deb.
Hi, thank you. Good morning, everybody. Isn't it wonderful to be in this magnificent place on this beautiful day? Just thanks to the Holman George family for their stewardship and love of this amazing place. I did have the very good pleasure of meeting our 2015 fastest rookie, Gabby Chavez, the other day at a luncheon in his honor. And today I am here to honor our 2014 Indianapolis 500 champion. I'm here on behalf of Indiana's 1,200 dairy farm families who make milk, nature's most perfect sports drink, to be served here at the greatest spectacle in racing. And this award is in memory of Louis Myers, Indy's first three-time winner. And I'm very honored to present the Winner's Drink Milk Award to Ryan Hunter-Reay.
Thank you, Deb. Again, congratulations to Ryan. Before we move ahead, I did want to acknowledge to my left over here any number of the members of the staff, of the management, and the ownership of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Mary Holman George, nice to see her here today. Now, kind of what you've been waiting for. Herff Jones is continuing its long-standing tradition with the presentation of the starters' rings to the 33 drivers who have qualified for this year's 500. At this time, I'd like to introduce Ken Keltner of Herff Jones to present the starters' ring to this elite group. Once your name is called, ladies and gentlemen, if you'll step down the steps, Ken will have a special ring for you. Last row has been jumbled a bit this year, but nonetheless, we've got them all lined up, all 33 of them. Starting 33rd in his second Indianapolis 500, Mr. James Davison. Over there. In the middle of the last row, starting for the injured Carlos Huertas, and we wish him the very, very best. The gentleman did a good job qualifying this year. Tristan Vautier in his second race here at this track. It's been a very busy 48 or 72 hours for our qualifier in the number 31 position. He is racing for James Hinchcliffe, and if Hinch is watching us on the internet, we wish him nothing but a speedy recovery. Starting 30. Starting 31st, it's his 10th Indianapolis 500. Say hello to Ryan Briscoe. Starting 30th, this young man missed the race the last couple of years. He's back this year. It'll be his second Indianapolis 500. Starting 30th, Brian Clausen. One of two rookies in this year's field, starting 29th, Stefano Coletti. In the number 28 position, the second 500 for Jack Hawksworth. It'll be the fifth 500 for this driver, starting in the number 27 position. Say hello to Sebastian Saavedra. The second of the two rookies who have qualified for the 99th running, starting 26th, Gabby Chavez. Starting 25th, and we may have to help her down the aisle, gentlemen. Fourth race for Pippa Mann. Lots of gentlemen there, aren't there, Pippa? Yeah, they all helped you down there. That's beautiful. In the 24th position, this will be the 6th 500 for Takuma Sato. One of the veterans here at the Indianapolis 500, the 9th race for the guy starting in the 23rd spot, Townsend Bell. He wasn't here a year ago, but he's back and looking strong. Starting 22nd in his second race, Connor Daly. He finished ninth as a rookie a year ago. Starting in the number 21 spot, Sage Karam. Up next, the 2009 Rookie of the Year, sat on the pole in 2011, the seventh race, starting 20th, Alex Tagliani. Third race for our next contestant, missed the race last year, back this year, starting 19th, is James Jakes. Starting in the 18th spot, also missed last year's race, but this year she will start from her best starting position in the 18th position, the fifth race for Simona Di Silvestro. He'll take to the starting grid tomorrow in the 17th position, the 8th 500 for Graham Rahal. In 2008, they called him the Rookie of the Year. This year, we called him the defending champion. The 2014 winner, starting 16th, 8th 500 for Ryan Hunter-Reay. Winner back in 2000. In fact, he was dominant that year, led 167 laps. The third race for the guy who started in the 15th spot, won Pablo Montoya. Starting 14th, the 5th 500 for Charlie Kimball. Race number 7 for the guy starting in the 13th spot, Oriol Servia. Last couple of years, he led the field to the checkered flag from the pole to the green flag from the pole position. This year, he'll start 12th in his 12th race. Here's Ed Carpenter. In 2013, this gentleman started second, finished second. The 2013 Rookie of the Year, the third race for the 11th position starter, Carlos Munoz. Starting 10th, 2011 Rookie of the Year when he finished second, the fifth race for J.R. Hildebrand. Starting outside row 3, position number 9, the fourth race for Joseph Newgarden. The 2006 Rookie of the Year finished third last year, 5 top 5s to his credit. The 10th race for the number 8 position starter, Marco Andretti. Starting 7th, the best start in now his 5th race, Sebastian Bourdais. Also the best starting position for this gentleman who will start outside row number 2, his 8th 500. Here's Justin Wilson. In 2001, 2002, and 2009, he was a winner. Sat on the pole in 2003, 2007, 2009, 2010, looking to become the fourth four-time winner. Second a year ago, starting fifth, Mr. Elio Castroneves. Starting fourth, 14th race for this guy. 2005 pole winner, 2013 winner of the race, 6 top 5 finishes, 300th IndyCar start coming up, the 8th driver to reach that milestone. Starting fourth, 14th race for Tony Kanaan. Now we move to the front row. The best start ever for this gentleman. It's the fourth 500 for Simon Pagenaud. A couple of weeks ago, they ran the Angie's Grand Grand Prix, and this guy started on the pole and won the race. Last year, started third, finished 8th, led some 22 laps. It's the 8th 500 for the guy who'll start in the middle of the front row, Will Power. And now, the gentleman who will bring this field to the green flag tomorrow. He won it in 2008, sat on the pole that same year. 5 top 5 finishes. On the pole for the 13th race in his career here at the 500, Scott Dixon. This field this year is separated by 3.9 seconds between the fastest qualifier and the slowest, the 8th closest field by time in 500 history. How about a round of applause for these guys and gals? And now it's my pleasure to turn the microphone over to Mr. Brian Barnhart, the race director of the Verizon IndyCar Series, for the final instructions to the drivers prior to tomorrow's race.
Thanks, Jerry. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We had great weather yesterday and an outstanding carb day, and look forward to more of the same for tomorrow's running of the 99th Indianapolis 500. Congratulations to Jack Harvey and Sam Schmidt Motorsports for their victory in the Freedom 100, and the Team Penske with driver Elio Castroneves for winning the Tag Heuer Pit Stop competition. We would also like to join everyone in sending our best wishes for a speedy return for James Hinchcliffe and Carlos Huertas, who will both miss the race tomorrow. James is recovering very well from injuries suffered in his practice day crash, and Carlos has been diagnosed with an inner ear condition that will require him to sit out as well, and we look forward to both of their returns. As for tomorrow, some important times for the teams and the drivers to make note of. The garage area will open at 5. You may move pit equipment in at 6 a.m. The race cars will move into pit lane at 9:30. We'll grid on the front straightaway at 10:15 for an engine warm-up at 10:50. Driver introductions will come out of the pagoda and on the yard of bricks at 11:37, and the command to start engines will be at 12:15. Some reminders procedurally include the location of your pit close lights. One's on the inside of the north short chute on driver's left, the other just before pit opening on driver's left at the pit commit line. Your pit lane speed zone is marked by cones and painted lines with a pit speed limit of 60 miles an hour. And the blend line is located at the end of the pit speed zone and across the end of the front straightaway. For the start of the race, we'll have 3 parade and 1 pace laps. We'll be going green 4th time by on the front straight. Anyone with mechanical issues on the parade laps can rejoin in their original position prior to the start of the final pace lap. Once the pace lap is begun, any car out of position will have to start from the rear of the field. We want all 11 rows to stay in formation for the first parade lap. You may then spread out to warm tires and brakes before the beginning of the final pace lap. As the final pace lap goes down the backstretch, the lights will go out on the pace car, and you'll need to reform in 11 rows of 3 and reestablish your grid spacing of 100 feet between each row. The pace car, driven by Jeff Gordon, will come through the north end around 110 mile an hour and head for pit road and stage at pit out for the remainder of the day. Scott will lead the field along with Will and Simon on the front row. Each row should stay together as a unit and keep your grid spacing. As the front row begins to accelerate on the front straight and approaches the attenuator at pit entrance, the green will be called if we have a good formation. Racing will begin with the display of the green flag. Let's make sure we have patience and discipline as we start the 99th running. Leave yourself some place to go, exercise some give and take with your fellow competitors. Turn 1 and lap 1 isn't the time for unnecessary risk or poor choices. For cautions, pits will be closed immediately. The pit commit line is located just before the pit entrance and marked by a white line. If you're inside the pit boundary at the time of the caution, you are permitted to make your pit stop. Your team will receive an instant message that you are okay to pit if you're past the pit commit line. If you're outside the pit commit line at the time of the caution, you will not receive the instant message, and you should drive through the pits without stopping at pit speed. Any pit work taking place in a closed pit will result in taking the restart from the back of the field or additional penalty, including the possibility of a drive-through. Be aware and be careful in pit lane with the exposed personnel over the pit wall. Use proper lane choices. The right side lane at 60 mile an hour for through traffic, the middle lane for accelerating and decelerating and turning into your pit box. Be smart with your pit releases and clean up equipment promptly. The blend line for determining order is at the pit speed out, and race control will position you at the pit out based on the electronic order provided by timing and scoring. Any cars between the pace car and the leader will be waved around prior to the restart and will be given an opportunity to pit before we go back to racing. For the restart, it'll be single file, center line to center line, with the leader approaching the acceleration zone in the apex of turn 4 marked by a single cone. As the field exits 4 onto the front straight, the call of green will resume racing. Make good use of your spotters, but remember they're not driving the car for you. If you're doing your job well, they'll be helping you with information you're already aware of. The blue flag for traffic will be used from the flag stand. If it is accompanied by a command from race control, you must yield the position within 1 lap. This will only be given to cars that are down a lap to every car on the lead lap. The last several years, we've seen cars running low down both the front and back stretch, which brings a few things into play, including defending and blocking. Make sure the car in front cannot make any move in reaction to the movement of a pursuing competitor. Watch the subtle moves as well as the abrupt ones. Also use good communication when making green flag pit stops, as running low down the backstretch is a good indicator of your intention to pit that lap. Be aware of the cars exiting the pits out of the acceleration lane low on the backstretch, and watch the closing rate as they get up to speed. Overall, the Verizon IndyCar Series has experienced 5 different winners in our first 5 races this year. We have a tremendously competitive series and expect great racing tomorrow as well. It's important you recognize it's 500 miles and not a sprint race. Keys to the day are patience, discipline, and respect. It begins with respecting yourself and your fellow competitors. Take care of each other, make good decisions, put yourself in a position to race for the win at the end of the day. Let's have a great race.
Thank you very much, Brian. Please join me once again, if you would mind, in showing your appreciation for these drivers, these ladies and gentlemen of the 2015 Indianapolis 500. We will release them now. They've got other duties today. They have to head downtown to the 500 Festival Parade. And if you're so inclined, Mr. Al Unser and I are going to wander back behind the pagoda, back to a stage back there. We'll do a few minutes of Q&A and just chat with Al. Thank you again for coming today. It's been a privilege to be here in front of all of you, and good luck to all these drivers in the 99th running of the 500 tomorrow.